So today we're asked to factor 2x squared minus 7x minus 30. First things first, you want to try and factor out a greatest common factor. 2x squared minus 7x minus 30. The first thing I notice is there are no x's that I can pull out because 30 has none. The second thing I notice is the only thing that will go into 2 is 2, but it won't go into 7, so I can't factor the numbers or the letters. So from this point, the only other alternative I have is to begin factoring the highest and lowest order term. Okay, so the highest order term would be 2x times x. Those are the only factors for 2x squared. How about 30? Negative 30. Well, I have lots and lots of factors, and I'm going to list them all because it's a good practice. Doesn't mean we're going to use them all, but we're going to list them all. So negative 1 and 30, 1 and negative 30. Okay, then negative 2 and 15, 2 and negative 15. Then negative 3 and 10, or 3 and negative 10. What else will go into 30? Well, 4 won't go into 30, but 5 will go into 30. So we'll say negative 5 times 6, and then 5 times negative 6. So these are all the factors of 30. And it's a good rule of thumb, if you have a small middle number, to start with the smaller factors and work your way up. If you have a large middle number, work your way from the large factors and down. So let's take a look. Well, let's start with 5 and negative 6. What's 2 times 5? 10. And then 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. What's 10 minus 6? 4. Doesn't work. Now, let's try the other one. Now, by the way, if you flip these signs, if you put the negative here and the positive here, it'll just give you negative 4. Now, this time I multiplied 2 and 5. Next time I'm going to try 2 and 6. What's 2 times 6? 12. What's 1 times 5? 5. What's negative 12 plus 5? Negative 12 plus 5 is negative 7. So our factors actually multiply in that order. So it'll be 2 times negative 6 gives me negative 12x, and then x times 5 gives me positive 5x, and negative 12x plus 5x gives me negative 7x. So using this information, now I have to write my polynomial in factored form. And we know we're going to have 2 sets of parentheses, and these factors have to be used. Okay? So I'm going to put 2x and x down. Now, to get the correct middle number, 2x must be multiplied by negative 6. Well, think about how you multiply polynomials, right? We distribute the terms. So if I want to multiply 2x by negative 6, negative 6 must be in this position. Likewise, I want to multiply x by 5. So if I want to multiply x by 5, 5 would need to be in this position, right? Because 5 times x. Think about how you multiply a polynomial. This would be our answer. And if we wanted to check our answer, we very easily could. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times negative 6 is negative 12x. 5 times x is positive 5x. And then 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. Combine like terms, you get 2x squared minus 7x minus 30. Our answer checks. And that's how you factor a trinomial.